Hey Falcons fans, it's Ryan Waters standing here at beautiful Elks Stadium, wrapping up the second home series of the season against the Gresham Grey Wolves. Now after a sweep of the lefties down at Port Angeles, the Falcons return home to face the Wolves, and because of a bus issue with the Wolves, they had a breakdown in Oregon. The Falcons and Wolves forced to play a doubleheader on June the 9th. Doubleheader, a day to forget for the Falcons. Defensive miscues and quiet bats really forcing manager Brian Donahue to shake up the lineup for game number 3. Thomas Lampkin and Logan Steinberg coming into Kelowna making their debuts in the West Coast League, and Taylor Wright being forced to the DH to keep his hot bat in the lineup. Though the Falcons lost the series, their Game 3 victory put them in first place in the North Division. Now the season's still very young. The Falcons looking to get out of the gate a little faster to give them a better shot to win some more games this season. Though the Falcons lost the series, their Game 3 victory put them in first place in the North Division. Now the season's still very young. The Falcons looking to get out of the gate a little faster to give them a better shot to win some more games this season. The Falcons' pitching was consistent throughout the series, but defensive miscues cost the team in both games of the doubleheader. James Brooks had a strong outing, but the ball was not bouncing his way in the field. The next batter hits a slow grounder to second that sneaks under Connor Gurnick's glove, moving the lead runner to third. Brooks forces a high pop fly that could have been the final out of the inning, but instead the Grey Wolves take the lead and never look back. Anthony Garcia was on the hill for Game 2, and he met the same fate as Brooks. After giving up a solo shot in the first, Garcia looks to be in control with 2 outs in the second, but Alex McGarry can't make the scoop, and Connor Gurnick takes a glance at the lead runner instead of tossing the ball to first, and the inning continues. Falcons catcher Josh Glenn blocks a ball in the dirt, but airmails his throw to second. Connor Gurnick leaps and makes a miraculous catch, and in slow motion you can see he's able to apply the tag as the runner slides over the base, but there's no video replay in the West Coast League and the runner is called safe. The Grey Wolves once again take advantage of the extra chance and put the game out of reach early. It was a particularly tough series for shortstop Taylor Wright. Just a freshman, his confidence a little bit shaken, but at the plate he remained hot and remained in the lineup. The Falcons try a hit and run in the third, and Wright hits a line drive up the middle that would have been a single if not for the shortstop covering the steal. In the fifth, Wright makes a nice diving stab and spins to make the throw, but the ball drifts wide and Alex McGarry can't pull it down, advancing the runner to second. The next batter hits a bouncer to Wright, who botches the backhand, and instead of cutting his losses, Wright tries to pick off the runner at third and puts the ball out of Matt Volsky's reach. Wright was visibly frustrated after Game 1 of the doubleheader and had a hard time settling down for Game 2. With the Grey Wolves already up 4 in the third, Wright is unable to make a routine play to end the inning, and the Grey Wolves go up 5. With his frustration bordering on despair, Wright's competitive instincts take over at the plate, and he drives in the Falcons' only run of the game with a double down the right field line. In Game 3, Coach Donahue decided to give Wright a break from the field, placing him in the DH spot. Wright drew a walk in his first at-bat and was left stranded. He came up again in the 5th with a chance to tie the game and delivered an infield single to keep the Falcons' 5th inning alive. Taylor Wright, he's a competitor and he strives for perfection, but errors, of course, a part of the game. He has to shake those off to keep focused on the next play. The fans at Elks Stadium are always focused on the next play, and during the inning breaks, there are plenty of on-field activities to focus on as well.
I don't care if I ever get back, let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out in the old ball game.
Good job, you guys.
A Falcon on the rise is right-handed fireballer Cal Hankey. Came in a relief appearance in Game 3, earned the victory, and earned himself a spot in the starting rotation. Hankey came in to relieve Braden Toyka in the 5th inning and struck out 2 with high fastballs on the inside corner. Hankey has been clocked at over 90 miles an hour this season, and Grey Wolves batters could not catch up to him. After the Falcons' offense took the lead, Hankey struck out the side in the 7th, nailing 3 batters with high heat. Hankey strolled through the 8th inning and handed the lead over to closer Braden Price with a total of 6 strikeouts in 4 innings pitched. A pitcher's main objective is to throw strikes, but can pitchers throw too many strikes? The Grey Wolves hitters were able to collect some important hits, some balls left out over the plate in games 2 and 3, getting pitchers into trouble. Braden Toika made his first start of the season in Game 3 and got off to a quick start, striking out the first 2 batters in quick succession. But he attacks the next batter early and gives up a single to left with a pitch over the plate. Then up 0-2 in the count, Toika hangs a breaking ball in the zone for an RBI single. Anthony Garcia has the highest strike percentage and the fewest walks per 9 on the Falcons, but he isn't missing a lot of bats and is relying on his defense to record outs. When Garcia is at his best, he is getting batters to swing at borderline strikes, which often results in poor contact. Most of the strikeouts occur in pitcher's counts, when he's able to put movement on the ball outside the zone and gets batters chasing. But when the batters are expecting a strike, Garcia has been prone to the long ball, giving up 3 already this season. Garcia is rarely phased on the mound, but can even make batters miss in the zone with off-speed pitches. He is good at changing speeds to keep batters off balance and will work the outside corner to both left and right-handed batters. But sometimes there can be too much of a good thing, and when batters start sitting on pitches in the strike zone, it's hard to keep them off the base path. The West Coast League season begins before school collegiate playoffs end down south. That's why Falcons players are still making their debuts this late into the season. Josh Glenn started off his season with a single to the opposite field in Game 1 of the doubleheader, then pulled a ball to left for a second base hit in Game 2. Alex McCary played first base and grabbed a hit in his first home game. Connor Runnels made a relief appearance in the 6th inning of Game 2, got out of trouble with a strikeout to end the inning. Logan Steinberg joined the team just in time for Game 3 and made an impact, driving in a run and scoring the go-ahead run to put the Falcons on top for good. The Falcons are at their best offensively playing small ball. In the 5th inning of Game 3, they manufactured 5 runs on 5 hits, moving base runners around the bases in a timely manner. The Falcons manufactured an early lead in Game 1. After Tadasachuk was hit by a pitch, Chris Deal advances him to second with a single. Then Matt Volsky drives home the run with another single up the middle. DJ Daniels is almost able to drive home another run with a safety squeeze, but the umpire calls him out at first in a play almost too close to call. In the 5th inning of Game 3, everything came together for the team, and they strung together multiple hits and took extra bases with aggressive running. They sprayed the ball all over the field, putting the Grey Wolves' defense off balance. Players hustled out each play and made smart decisions on the bases, and outs were made productive with hard slides and good communication with base coaches. Matt Volsky improved his batting average, leading the team in hits and RBIs during the series and continues to be reliable on the left side of the infield. Volsky grinded out some good at-bats in the series. After fouling off some pitches with a full count, Volsky lines a ball up the middle to start the scoring for the Falcons. Then he draws a walk after battling through another full count. In the 3rd, Volsky attacks a pitch early in the count for another single. Then he does the same thing in the 6th, this time driving in a run. Volsky contributed to the big 5th inning in Game 3, advancing the lead runner with a bloop single and later scoring a run. He was consistent on defense, setting up a nice 5-4-3 double play in the 3rd and held it together at shortstop later in the series to help bring the Falcons their victory. The top performer of the series was righty James Brooks. He pitched a gem in Game 1 in a losing effort, leads the Falcons starting rotation in ERA, leads the league in strikeouts, further proving that wins and losses, that column, may be irrelevant when it comes to judging a pitcher's top talent. Brooks was painting the inside edge of the plate in the 1st inning, fanning one and fooling another. In the 2nd inning, Brooks brought out the hook, then a laser to fan 2 more. He was working the inside of the zone for strikeouts more often than in his first start and used all of his pitches to get men out. But outside pitches to righties is where he makes batters miss most consistently. Against lefties, Brooks uses late movement on his pitches to scrape the outside of the zone and catch batters looking. With a Ks per 9 of 12.88, Brooks will be catching some eyes if he can keep this momentum going throughout the season. The The hustler of the series goes to second baseman Jake Malone, whose quick feet was able to get him into the right positions all series long. Malone started the series off by charging a ground ball and quickly transitioning to his feet to get the lead runner at second. Malone had a breakthrough in Game 3, making a nice stab to save an errant throw from Josh Glenn, then tracking a bouncing ball past the bag, where he slides, sets his feet, and throws to first on time. In the fifth, Malone started off the Falcons' rally with a walk, then speeds all the way home from first when Connor Gurnick hits a ball to the left field gap. Malone kept his great defense going with a nice off-balance throw in the sixth, then stepped up to the plate in the bottom half and legged out a triple after rocketing a ball off the left field fence. The Falcons will now go back out on the road and face the Cowlitz Black Bears for a 3-game series, looking to hold on to the top spot in the North Division, but the season's still so young and that field is jam-packed. Every game, though, so important for our boys. Hope you follow us all season long. I'm Ryan Waters. Enjoy the top 5 plays of the week.